The air hung thick with the scent of mildew and something else, something metallic and sickeningly sweet. Tara Pekanik descended the basement stairs, the worn wood groaning under her weight. She'd expected to find Shad, her son, back from a night out, perhaps asleep. Instead, a black bucket, shrouded in a damp towel, sat near the bottom step. A chilling premonition seized her. With trembling hands, she lifted the towel. The sight that greeted her, her son's severed head, launched her into a scream that ripped through the quiet night. This wasn't the beginning, though. This was the gruesome climax of a story that had been unfolding for years, a descent into darkness fueled by a volatile mix of untreated mental illness and rampant addiction. 11-year-old Taylor Shabazz, a girl once described as engaging in harmless trouble, began a slow, terrifying transformation. A diagnosis of mental illness and a prescription for medication in 7th grade were abandoned, replaced by escalating behavioral problems. High school ended not with graduation, but with expulsion, a fight sealing her fate. She drifted between her grandparents' home in Texas and her father's, a restless spirit already showing cracks in her fragile facade. Adulthood brought a marriage to Warren Chapu, later Chapuis, in 2018, a union cemented not by love, but by a shared descent into methamphetamine addiction. The years that followed were a blur of escalating legal troubles, armed robbery, theft, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, each incident a marker on a path leading inexorably towards tragedy. By 22, her meth use had reached terrifying levels, up to 10 times a day. Arrests followed, punctuated by daring escapes and high-speed chases, a desperate dance with law enforcement as she careened through life on a drug-fueled roller coaster. Even an ankle monitor couldn't contain her. The birth of her child in 2021 offered a fleeting moment of potential redemption, but the infant was soon placed with Taylor's grandparents, a stark symbol of her inability to care for another human being. Her online presence became increasingly disturbing, a morbid fascination with serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer replacing any semblance of normalcy. Selfies next to images of the infamous killer, ghoulish comments, these were the digital breadcrumbs leading to the horrifying finale. The rekindling of her relationship with Shad Tillion, her high school boyfriend, felt like a cruel twist of fate. Shad, a kind and gentle soul remembered fondly by his family, spent the night of February 22, 2022, at his mother's house. A seemingly ordinary evening took a terrifying turn when Taylor, accompanied by her roommate and friend Alexander Gannon, AJ, collected him in a white van. Marijuana, a haircut, and trazodone, a sedative, set the stage for the unspeakable. The return to Shad's mother's house in the pre-dawn hours was anything but peaceful. Tara's discovery of the bucket, the chilling contents revealed under the damp towel, launched a frantic investigation. The basement became a macabre crime scene, a severed head, body parts scattered amongst household items, a gruesome tableau of violence and dismemberment. The white van, a rolling repository of Shad's remains, provided further evidence of the horror. Taylor's confession was as chilling as the crime itself. She described strangling Shad, the dog collar and leash adding a layer of perverse cruelty to the act. The sexual assault that followed his death, the methodical dismemberment, these details painted a portrait of a woman consumed by a darkness beyond comprehension. The medical examiner's report confirmed the brutality of the attack, the extent of the mutilation a testament to the savagery inflicted. The trial, a 3-day whirlwind, ended with a guilty verdict on all counts, first-degree murder, third-degree sexual assault, and destruction of a corpse. The defense's plea of not guilty by reason of mental illness, hampered by Taylor's erratic behavior in court, including a near attack on her own lawyer, was ultimately rejected. The life sentence without parole handed down to Taylor Shabazz served as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of untreated mental illness and the destructive power of addiction, a chilling epitaph to a life consumed by darkness.